Great pleasure to welcome Vaughan Marshall to the show. He's got some exciting runners at Hollywood Bet Scottsville and Post Merchants Race Day. I'm going to start off the conversation, though, with a horse that's not a runner at this stage. Certainly he's a reserve runner too, and that's Naval Secret. And I'm starting with him, Vaughan, because he's got a wonderful pedigree that's been so good to you in years past, and maybe he's one for the notebook.
Yeah, I would say so, Graham. He's not quite as precocious as the rest of the family. So my view is that he will possibly need one run to make him competitive. But he's going into a lovely horse, and I certainly want to keep an eye on in the future. Okay,
so that's for the future. Let's focus on your four runners that you will be saddling. Starting in race 2, number 11, Gainsford. Anton Marcus engaged. He's been priced up co-favourite with number 10, Lion's Head. Vaughan, Sana, give me the green light out of an Australian-bred daughter of Stratum. Tell us about Gainsford.
Graham, he's a very, very nice colt. He's a half-brother to a horse which I had very high hopes for, but unfortunately died after winning his debut a couple of years back, a horse called Zinedine. He is a very, very nice horse. I think the race might be a little bit short for him, but he has got ability, and I think he's going to run a good race.
Okay, that's great. That's the first leg of the bipod. So obviously you've heard what Vaughan has to say, so he needs to go into your calculations. Now the third race, here's one of the key runners on the day as far as the bipod and the place accumulator is concerned. And I was down in Cape Town to see Rascallion make his debut when that race meeting coincided with the Asian Racing Conference. And I know on that occasion you told me you think very highly of this horse. How's he doing back at home?
He's done very, very well, Graham. Unfortunately, he hasn't drawn a couple of times, so it's a bit of a delayed start for him. But he's done really, really well. He's working well. So even from that draw 10, I'm pretty hopeful.
Yeah, on debut, he was a little lost in the early part of the race behind Eric the Red, but he certainly finished with a flourish. Are you happy that he's not going to be too green around the turn?
Yeah, he's not really a green sort, so I'm not terribly worried about that. I think he's good enough, yes.
Okay, so Joseph Barry, who in fact finished second behind Eric the Red when Rascallion ran third. He takes his place in the Godolphin Barb Stakes, which is race 7 on the card. Very good form. How's he doing back at home? He's a son of Captain Al. He's priced up favourite. Does he have a favourite's chance?
I think so, Graham. He's done particularly well, Eric the Red franked that form again last weekend during the week. So, I think he's a live contender, and his work's been good at home, and he's settled in well, and he looks a picture. So I'm very, very hopeful.
Well, just to let you know that what we've heard is that Eric the Red is on his way to KZN. So if you have designs on the gold medallion, you're going to have to come up against Eric the Red again.
Oh, it'd be a pleasure.
Okay, and your last of your four runners, and certainly by no means least, the Poinsettia Stakes, 1,200 metres. Now, Benoche won her first 3 starts impressively, Vaughan. They were all over the minimum trip of 1,000 metres. First go at 1,200. She certainly wasn't disgraced, but she was beaten narrowly by Queen of Quiet. Are you concerned about the 6 furlongs?
Yeah, I think, this 1,100, so I suppose we tried her over the 6, and she, as you say, she wasn't disgraced. She was still a bit green, so, she's done well. But after having said that, I think it's a difficult task for a 3-year-old in a race like this. She's done exceptionally well since being at Summerfeld. So I took, if she runs into the money, I'll be ecstatic.
Well, the obvious thing is to ask you is just that she's fit, she's well. The track, though, is running fast, and that should be a plus for her.
It definitely will, and she gets that allowance, obviously, as a 3-year-old, so she carries 53, which should be in her favour. I think the weights have gone up a bit, but she's certainly very well, and I'm hoping she gives a good account of herself.
Vaughan, thank you very much for your time. Competitive lineup of runners. We wish you well.
Thank you, Graham. Thank you very much.